Hello, America. I'd like to take a moment to talk with you today about money. Perhaps you have some left. Some have more than others. I don't have any. I had to borrow this. We all know how much $100 is. We all know how much $1,000 is. We all know how much 100,000 is and what $1,000,000 is. Certainly not what it used to be. What about billions and trillions? Here's where people lose sight of reality. We're now talking about numbers very hard to comprehend. 1 billion is 1,000 million. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. Now let's apply this information to real life and see how it affects all of us. When George Bush took office in 2000, this country had a budget surplus of $2 trillion. Thanks, Bill and Hill. Today our national debt is, pay close attention now, $9,393,804,296,717.90. I'm going to let that soak in for a moment. Okay, so how much is that, you ask? I will explain. $9 trillion is 9,000 billion dollars, which is 9 million dollars, which is a bunch. So if we had a $2 trillion surplus in 2000, and now we have a $9 trillion deficit, and the IRS takes in roughly $1 trillion a year in income taxes, that can only mean one thing. We have spent $18.5 trillion over the last 7.5 years. We have about 300 million American citizens in this country, so that's roughly $61,600 for every single American. Or it is $6,756,756,756.76 per day for 7.5 years. Or it's $281,531,531.53 per hour for 7.5 years. Or it's $4,692,142.19 per minute for 7.5 years. Or it's only $78,203.20 per second for 7.5 years. Frightening, isn't it? So what do we get for all that money? All the regular stuff for sure, and some bonuses to boot, such as, for the bargain basement price of $1 trillion, we got a failed war on two fronts. Let's have a look at that. Here's the guy that killed 3,000 American civilians. And then over here we have the crazy oil guy that didn't kill any. We got this guy. What happened to this guy? So whose bright idea was this? Was it hers? Was it this guy? Was it this guy? And who does he speak for? Or was it this guy, and who does he speak for? He likes to think that he speaks for the guy on the wall behind him. I don't think so. I think he speaks for these guys. The blame for all this bad strategy belongs to all of them and then some. And who do these guys speak for? Certainly not the ones that hired them. Then there are the troops stuck in the middle. A few of us want them to stay. Most of us want them to come home. I'm sure that they want to come home. The Iraqis want them to come home, so let's bring them home. They have sacrificed enough and performed brilliantly. According to the powers that be, the Iraqi invasion and occupation has been and is being carried out in the name of national security. Then would someone please explain to me why it is harder to sneak into a movie theater than it is to sneak over the border in many places? We could have hired a bunch of border guards and checked a lot of incoming shipping containers for $1 trillion. There are those that claim this war is being fought over oil. Let's have a look at that. If what they say is true about the war being fought for oil, that would mean that we have spent $1 trillion on the war to protect and maintain an uninterrupted flow of inexpensive fuel for our SUVs. After 6 years and $1 trillion, oil is now dangerously close to $150 a barrel, and gas is close to $5 a gallon. It goes up a lot, down a little, and right back up again. I think we're stuck with it. In 2003, when the war started, gas was well below $1.50 a gallon. Great plan. For whatever reason we invaded Iraq, we have lost over 4,000 American soldiers, we have injured and maimed over 30,000, and our occupation has caused the deaths of over 90,000 Iraqi civilians. And we have spent $1 trillion, have $5 a gallon gas, and really no improved national security as far as I can see. Sounds like a good investment to me. So what happened to the other $17.5 trillion? Let's have a look, shall we? We got a failing educational system, a housing crisis, loss of jobs, out of control outsourcing, unsecured borders, unsecured ports, the worst trade deficit in history, a collapsing infrastructure, failing airlines, failing banks, unregulated predatory lending, record foreclosures, and a FEMA failure. Did I mention a FEMA failure? We also got a total and complete failure on the part of the federal government, the President, and Congress to properly and effectively monitor and govern this country in the name of its citizens. Here's what we could have had: an improved education system, universal health care, new jobs, trade on an even playing field, improved and safer infrastructure, interstate high-speed rail system, an aggressive Apollo-type program to put this country on a path to energy self-sufficiency without the need for foreign energy through an advanced system using wind, solar, tidal, biofuels, and hydrogen technologies without the need for coal and nuclear energy or drilling in Anwar offshore or strip mining, just to name a few. Thanks, George. Thanks, Dick. Thanks, Congress. Thanks, Republicans. Thanks, Democrats. Thanks to all of you for looking after our best interests. In conclusion, I am no mathematical or economic genius. My figures here may be a bit off, give or take $1 trillion or $2. Does it really matter? The point is, after all this, trillions of dollars and thousands of lives, no matter how you look at it, you have to ask, are we really any better off? Our country is in crisis, more so than I have ever seen in my lifetime. Our economy is on the rocks and in the worst way since the Great Depression, and now our government wants to spend another $700 billion of our money to get us out of a situation that our government should have not allowed to happen in the first place. The good news is that we now have the opportunity to make sure that we get this country back on track and solve all these problems. Please, please vote. People, this is our country, this is our money, this is our government, and this is our future. Let's not let this happen again. Please look, listen, pay very close attention, and be heard. Be the change you want. Thank you.